Hi, Taurus. I'm Pam, and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for February 2019. This month, I'm using the Aquarian Tarot deck. And remember, these are general readings, and to get messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. This recording is for Taurus Sun, Taurus Ascendant or Rising Sign, and Taurus Moon. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign to gain more insight and information, because some months they're going to resonate more for you than your sun sign will. All that being said, Taurus, now on to your February 2019 Psychic Tarot reading. Wow, it's torrential rain here. I don't know if you can hear it, Taurus, but your first card you have here is Strength. This is having strength and courage over adversity. It's having its spiritual power over the material world. Sometimes this card can mean taming the savage beast in someone or some situation. I feel like you don't understand and are upset by some devious and underhanded things that have gone on around you that you've kind of become aware of or found out about. And this could be in a work situation, it could be at your job, it could be at family. It's going to be different for all of you what area this is happening in. You trusted someone, and I do feel that some of you Tauruses are going to find out that they lied to you or deceived you. And you may feel like you had everything programmed or everything ready, alignment and ready to go, and somebody stole something. So it could have been data, it could have been intellectual property, written words, work you did, stuff on a computer, something you put somewhere else, and someone took it and used it as theirs. But I feel that for some of you, it really comes up like somebody lied to you or deceived you or stole from you, and I feel like you knew who they were. Now, some of you, this may have happened and you didn't know them. But for some of you, I do feel like you knew them. You may fight with them about it. You may call them out. You may call them to task on it. You may talk to a lawyer. You may threaten to hire one, or threaten this person with legal recourse and action. I don't see you sitting quietly on the sidelines and not saying anything. I see you saying something. If it's not, it could also be you find hidden documents and hidden information. And this could even be like a significant other could have been lying to you or deceiving you. Maybe they used your name and put your name on and signature on insurance policies, bank loans. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I get like contracts, documents, like, so some of you are going to find out that this was somebody did something on legal documents or papers or signed up for things and acted like that you were the one signing up for it, but it was really them. Like, you've got a lot of, it's a complex information, complex situation coming up here with this Strength card. You could also be working in an environment. If it's not happening to you directly, personally, you could be working in an environment where you're like, man, there's so much like cheating, lying, stealing, backbiting, gossiping, all kinds of stuff. You may feel like your work environment is like that. So if it's not happening to you directly or personally, it could be surrounding you. You have the Moon card next. And this is secrecy and deception and romance. It could be secrecy by itself, romance by itself. It could also be your own psychic ability and your own intuition could be heightened at this time. Yeah, I see, like, they're showing me the symbolism of a coffee can on a shelf full of nuts and bolts. And other things. There's other cans full of stuff. And they're showing me these cans falling off the shelf, the lids coming off, and all this crap spilling out. I see that happening for many of you. So there's some things that are coming out into the open. There's things that are getting revealed. Things that were kept secret or hidden. Could be even people's emotions, maybe people's thoughts and emotions. If it's not actual tangible things, or, it could be their emotions are coming out. And you know what? The eclipse in January on the 21st is what is causing this to happen. It's like this needed to come out and get exposure, and it may look unpleasant and disturbing on the onset, but it will benefit you in the long run that these cans of worms are getting open, or these cans of nuts and bolts are getting spilled out all over the place. It's actually going to be beneficial to you that this is happening. Also, some things that were secret are getting leaked out. And it could either be getting leaked to government officials, the government agencies, or it could be about the government agencies connected to the government. It's odd to psychically read it. Let me just say that. There's going to be a lot of cleaning house. Things coming out of the closet, cleaning house, things having to get there could be people around you getting arrested or getting fired, or, underhandedness being revealed. You could be working for a boss or a company that you think is like pretty good and upstanding, and find out there's been stuff going on behind the scenes that would make you turn upside down on your head. Like you didn't know. There's a lot of stuff coming out here. Some of it, I feel, when it pertains to you directly, you knew some, maybe a few things, but you kept a lid on it and you kept it quiet, or you suspected. But I still feel for the majority of it is going to be like kind of shocking and revealing. So the next card you have here is the Six of Pentacles, and this is financial success. This could also be the balance of give and take. This card could also mean you're giving money charitably and freely to others, or you are receiving money or some charity, or, something being given to you. I do feel like your cash flow and your income is good. And I do feel like I see it building up, or you're building on some things financially here. Some of you are going to be involved with an accountant, and an accountant comes in, could be a forensic attorney, or an accountant that comes in and analyzes and looks over everything, all the books, all the things. Now, for some of you, this could just be normal accounting for you. Like, it's the end of the year, getting my taxes ready and my stuff together for April and getting it all together. It could be that. But for some of you, if you're working at a business or a company that there's been shady, underhanded things going on, or there may be people coming in like feds, the feds come in and, big time, going over books and accounting and all that stuff. So it just depends on your world. It's not a private reading. It's a general reading, as you know, Taurus. So it's a little complicated to pin that down exactly for each one of you, how this will go on in this YouTube reading. But there is accounting going on here too. But for you personally, I feel like most of you, your finances are actually doing well and building up, even though I'm picking up calamity here going on around you. I also see you hearing insult after injury and people fighting, arguing, and battling around you. And it could be CEOs with their managers and their, subordinates, like fighting with them, or, I don't know. You're going to hear people ripping each other. Now, for many of you, I honestly really do not feel it's coming at you. I feel you're hearing it. So keep that in mind. This could be even in family. Maybe there's like an estate and people are now like bickering and fighting over the will, how the will's being divided, what the executor's doing, what lawyers are doing or saying involved in it. So it could be in a family sense as well, but I really feel like you're hearing it. I do feel like whatever's going on, there is going to be a rectification of it. And that for the most part, I feel like it's going to get settled, solved, and it will calm down and all will be well. But it's like, this is like the storm. This is like the storm. It gets calm after the storm, but it's like the storm is what, it feels stormy to me in your reading for the beginning. And looking at those cards, if I didn't listen to my spirit guides, I wouldn't necessarily get that by just what card meanings are. But when I hear what they're saying, there's a lot of tumultuous situations going on here for you, Taurus, around you. Let's put it that way. You've got the Lover's card next, and this is two people that are intertwined with each other with chemistry, and empathy, and empathic connection, a soul connection. There could be great sex here, but not necessarily great love. Sometimes it is a card of love, but not always. It could just be the other areas of love. You may feel like you want to hibernate like a bear and not want to talk to anybody. You might feel like, I want to crawl in this cave and I want to like chill to myself. I get that feeling for some of you. I feel like you're going through a test. You're having some a test, and there's some stress and pressure that's being put on a relationship of either your marriage or a coupled relationship that you're already in. And it could be to do with what I picked up earlier. This could be what the stress and pressure is about, or what's causing it to come about. For those of you that are single and not coupled right now, I feel like new romance is going to bud and bloom for you, but I don't feel that happening until spring. So even though this is a February reading, some of you, the love will blossom and bloom. So you may meet them in February, but maybe it's not going to blossom and bloom until spring. Some of you have a soulmate that's going through hurts, pains, and problems. For some of you, they're going through health problems. And for others of you, they could be going through financial or work problems. Or it could be you that's having it, but it really feels like it's them. So some of you that are coupled, you're watching your significant other have some difficulties. I'm not wishing that on you, but I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, like, I know some people are like, oh, you're not saying something good. I don't want to, well, I'm not going to, life is full of ups and downs, right? Is your life always rosy? No, it's not. And so I'm going to be honest with you with what I get. Now, for some of you, this is a good card because you got new love coming in spring. But for some of you, it's not a good card in the sense that either your loved one is struggling with either a health or work or financial concern, and you're witnessing it. And some of these things that I brought up earlier are also creating stress and pressure on your relationship for some of you, whether it's happening to your spouse or to you, or your significant other, or to you. Now, look at your outcome card. Taurus, what's going on with you this month? You've got the Tower. Now, the Tower can sometimes be a good card. It's not always bad. But it can mean a fight, an argument. It can also mean an end of a friendship, an end of a relationship. It can be a casting off of an old way of doing things and an old paradigm. So a new way of doing things, a new paradigm can begin. It can be like an awakening, an enlightening, get like something enlightening, an awakening happening for you as well. Some of you, there's going to be angry outbursts, family squabbles. There could be some jealousy kicked in, thrown into the mix in that. And you may feel like somebody was two-faced with you or to you, like they told you one thing to your face, but then they turned around and they did the opposite. They did another. They told you one thing, but yet didn't do it and did another. That energy comes up here also with this Tower. Because I see like everybody's up in arms, people throwing their hands up in the air. It could be at a work situation. I go back to what I picked up in the beginning. If there's upheavals at a company or business you work for, and it could be all the employees are like, yeah, what's going on here? Whoa. It could be in a family situation, because I see a bunch of people, not just you standing there by yourself and not you and just one other person. There's multiple people here, and people have their hands up in their air and they're like freaking out. So in some way in your life, I feel you're going to see that. And it could be in February, it could be in March. But I'm going to tell you what I say many times in the readings, and you've probably heard me say it before, that in psychic readings, when you get a private reading, my readings some of the stuff is happening right then or soon, but a lot of the predictions don't come out to pass until 3, 4, sometimes even 5 years later. In public readings and general readings, I say usually it takes a year. So sometimes it is right now. But maybe this is coming up in a year from now for you, so you want to listen to what I said last year in February, because some of that could be happening to you now. So some of this might not be immediately on top of you, but some of you may go, oh my God, I know exactly what's happening. But you're just going to be really shocked around February between the 2nd and the 5th that something rolls out and you're like, what? There could be some misappropriation of funds where people were stealing from the company or using money or taking money from one thing, robbing Peter to pay Paul, taking money from here, but doing like maybe they gambled it away. Because it could be in your private life too, Taurus. This is either, for some of you, this is involving a work situation. For some of you, it's not. For some of you, this is occurring in your family. And there's going to be this feeling of people feeling used, abused, vandalized, lied to, snowed over, taken advantage of. So people are going to be like up in arms. And if it happens at a business or a company, people are going to be thinking, do I still have a job? Am I going to get paid? Do I need to quit? Is this company going to close? Is this business closing? Or even if you work for a smaller business where it's owned by like a couple and they could be getting divorced, and then you're like, are they going to keep the business? Is one of them taking it over? Is the other one taking it over? Are we going to get fired? Are they going to keep it the same? Are they going to change it? Like, the scenarios are possible scenarios are many. But just keep in mind what I said. Forewarned is forearmed. I don't wish any negative things on any of you, but if I hear it and you're listening to the video, then you are meant to hear it, and it may give you some, headway, heads up, so you can mentally, emotionally be prepared. Or if you feel like it's going to affect your financial future or your job situation, you can start looking for another job. If it's a job situation, if it's family, you can, you may know the cast of characters and plays and players of who's going to be involved in this. So I hope this reading is going to be of help to you, and I hope it made sense. I want to thank you so much for watching, sharing, and liking my videos. Thank you for subscribing and for Google Plusing. I do truly appreciate that. And please remember to subscribe. That way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And Taurus, if you would like to get a continuation of this reading, where I look into my crystal and give you additional messages and predictions from my spirit guides for the month of February 2019. You can access those videos for download and purchase by clicking on the link below this video in the Show More section, and it will take you to those videos on Vimeo. Also, you can get these videos by going to my website, www.theluckymermaid.com. Click on the Videos tab on my menu, and there, these psychic crystal readings for February 2019 should be at the very top of that page. You click on your sign, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. Also, if you have not checked out the Eclipse Effects 2-deck psychic tarot reading I did for each sign of the zodiac using the Aquarian tarot deck and the Osha Zen tarot deck. They're quite long, actually. It's quite a lot of cards, and they're quite long and very informative. I found them to be, sometimes certain readings hit me more than others, where I'm like, wow, that they said a lot. I feel like those videos said a lot. So if you're interested in seeing how the two eclipses in January are going to affect your sign of the zodiac for the next 6 months, and in some cases the guides talked a few months out, even beyond the 6 months, you can access those videos for download and purchase by clicking on the other link below this video, and those links are also on my website on that same videos page. You just go to the heading for these eclipse effects videos, click on your sign, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. So I hope you have an absolutely fabulous and fantastic February, Taurus. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.